Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about which is better, a bait caster or a spinning reel. The real answer is it depends on the situation. Even as little as a body of water you're fishing in can change the fact if you're going to be fishing a bait caster or a spinning. First step is you need to find out the species. If you're primarily going for bluegill and sunfish, you're probably going to want a spinning rod due to a casting rod having much more of a chance of getting backlash with lighter weights and a much stronger hook set that you might not need for a bluegill. If I am going for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, striped, any type of bass, I am primarily going to be using a bait caster just because it has that hook set that I am looking for and it can handle the stronger types of baits. That does not mean that spinning rods can't handle those. In fact, a spinning rod might even be overall better because you can use it for multiple different things. You can still use it for bass. You probably just will, 9 times out of 10, you'll get the bass, but for the bait caster, 10 times out of 10, you'll probably get that hook set. But I will primarily be using a bait caster when going for bass due to the stronger hook set and being able to handle stronger weights and being able to maneuver them to side or whatever motion you need them to be. If you were fishing near like the side of a lake where like the rocks build up or something, you want to use a bait caster so it is easier to get your lure in the proper position and where you want it to go. If you were fishing a river, it is better to use a spinning rod because it is easier to get it out of rocks and also easier to do more of those topwater style baits. Not necessarily a buzz bait, but maybe a frog. If you were fishing a pond, most likely there's going to be a lot more bluegill and bass than maybe even catfish, and I'll get to catfish in a second. But if you were going to be fishing for bluegill and bass in a pond, I would definitely recommend using
spinning reel
because it's going to be just a lot easier and you won't have to go through the hassles of backlash, and you don't want to do that for a small body of water anyway when you're not on a boat. If you are going for catfish, it is really either or. It really depends on the rod itself. Here is a catch more fish medium heavy rod. This thing will not break no matter what. This has 45-pound braid on it right now. If I yank it when I'm stuck, the braid will cut. That is crazy. If you want to know my personal opinion, I think it is better to use a spinning rod for catfish because this is just my personal experience. The first catfish and only catfish I've ever caught was caught on this dinky lightweight rod that folds.
Oh my gosh, I just got my very first catfish. Oh my gosh.
It was like $30 at a gas station, and this caught me my first like 10-pound catfish, which is crazy. And I had to pull it over a 5-foot ledge, and it got that. So, in my opinion, I would be using a spinning rod for catfish. Also for catfish, if you're using maybe cheese-filled hot dogs or chicken liver or some type of bloody thing, you are gonna want to use a spinning rod because it keeps it on the hook better and doesn't have a chance of falling off, really. Both of them have pros and cons in different areas using different lures. So my personal decision on it is use a fly rod.